Just do the whole thing.
And I reckon I got more votes because people out there floating around talking to them. And that was it.
Thank you, councillor.
Oh, thank you, Mayor, sorry.
That's all right.
In depth over here.
Make the most of it, it might be your last.
Councillors, I'll officially open the October meeting of council and welcome each elected member along with the staff and as well as the gallery. Welcome to the October meeting. In opening the meeting, I acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout the Barossa region and recognise their continued connection with the land, waters and their culture. And I pay our respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. Apologies. I have two apologies from Councillor Schilling and from Councillor Johnston. Someone move those. Councillor Hearn, moved Councillor Hearn, seconded Councillor De Vries. All those in favour? Carried. Minutes from the previous meeting for confirmation. That's the council meetings held on the 20th of September at 5:30 and a special council meeting held on Wednesday the 21st of September at 6 p.m. Any matters arising? Not, can someone move those minutes be accepted? Councillor De Vries, seconded Councillor Angus. No questions? All those in favour? Carried. We'll move to the Mayor's report on page 5, 2.1, Mayor's report. Any questions? Councillor Barrett.
Well, usual question about the Great Australian Wine Trail. Could we have an update, please, in your meeting with the reps and the RDA, please?
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Barrett. The rep was the representative from the Light Council, along with Anne Moroney from RDA, and it was really just to have a reset of where we are at and how best we can progress the project into the future. So what came out of that was we believe that we now need to probably do up some briefing papers ready for the new councils, and not only talking about the new council here but the other 5 councils that are involved. I guess some of the strategies we're starting to consider is that there's things like probably numerous tribal lands that this passes through, and I think part of our strategy is to engage and bring that into the forefront with how we then present it and market it federally for the funding that we're looking at. So it was just really to sort of get some briefing papers ready for the various new councils and mayors.
Thank you, Mayor.
Move the Mayor's report. Oh, sorry, did you?
Councillor Wee-Smith?
Yes, could you just elaborate a bit further on your meeting with the Honourable Dr Nicholas Gentavanti, please?
Yes, look, it was more of a get-together. John Durden was there from the tourist arm from Barossa, Australia, and it was really just to sort of talk about what are the very important issues at the moment, and as we know, there's many and various important issues that we're dealing with at the moment, but it was really just to highlight to the Shadow Minister things relating to where we're at with our water and things associated with some of the activities there. Also, we talked about the hospital and highlighted the fact that it's more than a hospital, it's and how critical it is for our region. We talked quite a bit about the employment situation, even to the point where there's, well, we all know that there's vacancies out there all over the place, and there just isn't. And I know of different ones now. They're looking at bringing people in from overseas to fill those positions. So yeah, it was really just to go over those main key points, and it was an opportunity to meet with her and just identify some of those issues. And yeah, it was pretty informative. And John Durden also talked a fair bit about where we are with the tourism, the coming together of Barossa Australia and all our tourism arm. And highlighted just what the opportunities that we believe we've got as far as tourism is in the region, as well as all of the other local issues.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Move the report be received.
Moved Councillor De Vries, seconded Councillor Wee-Smith. All those in favour? Carried. Any questions from the consensus agenda that any member may have at all? You need clarifying. Councillor Wee-Smith?
Just a quick one regarding the women's tour down under. Did we get any feedback as to why that didn't go ahead?
I think it was really just a location, just moving it into
Going
another
somewhere else.
area. I think that's all it was. It wasn't anything beyond the fact is they just wanted to move it around into a different location. But if it was any different to that, I'll find out, but that was my take on it. I'm not certain if anyone else has got any insight. Yep.
Very little feedback.
Yeah.
Just we weren't chosen.
Yep. Okay.
Move.
Move councillor Wee-Smith that the consensus agenda be accepted and seconded councillor Troop. All those in favour? Carried. We now move to the debate agenda, which is the funding policy update. This is to consider the funding policy review and adopt the revised policy document, and which was previously adopted by council on the 21st of July 2015. Any questions? There is a recommendation, having considered the funding policy review, adopted the policy as presented on the attachment 1.
Yeah, happy to move it.
Councillor Angus moved and seconded councillor De Vries. Either one wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
All those in favour? Carried. Page 32 is the declaration of the differential general rates for 2022-2023. This was carried at a special meeting of council, and now there is a resolution there just to clarify and tidy up the date.
Just gonna move it.
Moved councillor Barrett, seconded councillor Wee-Smith.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I've just seen a typo. It should say that the council amended part resolution of 2018-22/810.
Okay, okay. So mover and seconder okay with?
Yes.
Either one wish to speak?
The only thing I'd like to say, we're all human, mistakes are made, it's been rectified.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question, Mayor, in relation to page 36, I think, in relation to the costings, we've got the big project, Angus Park Club Rooms Canopy, 160,000.
It's the next report.
That's the next report, councillor.
Sorry, okay, sorry, I'll withdraw that one,
Hold your question.
I'll bring it up again.
Okay. All those in favour? Carried. Councillor Havey.
Thank you.
Did,
Page 35, I'm fairly sure it is 723, in relation to Angus Park Club Rooms Canopy, 160,000 now. We know it all fell down, and now it's been put up again. Are we forking out the 160,000 to cover the cost of that? I thought that would have been negotiated through insurance or to build it.
Thanks,
So,
Mr.
yeah.
Mayor. Thanks, councillor Havey. I don't have COVID, I only have close contact, so you can hear me properly. The full cost of the canopy, demolition, storing and reconstruction is around $244,000.
Okay.
The insurance claims have been ongoing, and only last week I decided that the pursuit of the insurance claims at this point in time is not the best. So we actually have had solicitors engaged and written to the contractor for a claim for that full cost.
That's fine, that answers the question. Secondly, the Stockwell Oval, recreation infrastructure, $14,000. Could I be advised what that's for, please? Is,
Through Mr Mayor, there was some additional, funds left over in the Sport and Rec Fund
okay,
for that piece of work, so there are a few additional pieces of equipment put in the park.
okay. Is it that I go to the meetings up there and I can't remember anything coming up out of the extra cost? That's fine, thank you.
We've spent it all now though.
It's like my Vicky then, it's all.
Any further questions?
Move the report be received.
Moved councillor De Vries, seconded councillor Boothby. Either one wish to speak to the report? All those in favour? Carried. Page 37. Which is the realignment of the Noack Road preliminary plan. This came before council and there's a recommendation with the Chief Executive Officer to execute the necessary documentation for the realignment. Any questions?
Move the recommendation, your worship.
Moved councillor De Vries, seconded councillor Weiss Smith. Either one wish to speak? All those in favour? Carried. Page 59, 7.2.5 is gravel pit road extension, private road, consultation results, and an order to make the road public. You remember this also had some previous discussion. The consultation and the information now is there for councils to consider to extend that or include that private road extension as a public road where there's a number of properties. Any questions?
Happy to move the recommendation.
Moved councillor Boothby, seconded councillor Troop. Either one wish to speak? All those in favour? Carried. Page 72 is the 2021-2022 draft annual financial statement, looking for the council certificate. This is authorise the Chief Executive Officer and the Principal Member, the Mayor, to certify the statements. Any questions?
Move the recommendation, your worship.
Moved councillor Breeze, seconded councillor Angus. Either one wish to speak?
No, not really.
All those in favour? Carried.
It's a sexy agenda, isn't it?
It's very procedural.
Page 74 is the principal office and other offices late opening on the 7th of December 2022. The report there identifies some opening times at the as well as three locations: Library, Mount Pleasant and Williamstown Depot.
Move.
Moved councillor Weiss Smith and seconded councillor Hayvick. Any comments? All those in favour? Carried.
It's good theatre, eh, gallery?
Page 77 is the Regional Public Health Plan, biannual report. This is endorsement of council's review of the Regional Public Health Plan, so that council adopts the report for 2020-22 on the Barossa Light and Lower Northern Region Public Health Plan in association with regional partners, submits a final report to the Chief Public Health Officer as required under the relevant sections of the South Australian Public Health Act. Any questions? Moved councillor Weiss Smith and seconded councillor Troop. Either one wish to speak to them? All those in favour? Carried. Members, that concludes our debate agenda, other than moving into a confidential agenda matter, which is to do with the CEO's performance review 2022-2023 and setting performance targets for the CEO. CEO?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Obviously, I've got a conflict of interest related to my employment, and I'll declare that conflict of interest. I'll remain in the meeting for the purposes of answering any questions, but shall lead prior to any debate.
Okay, thank you.
Move that we go into conference, Your Worship.
Moved councillor DeBreeze, and seconded councillor Louise Smith. All those in favour, we move into confidence. Carried. Thank you, gallery. for the October meeting.
That's it.
We have to
And
move.
next scheduled meeting will be the 8th of November at 5:30.
Can't get a quick dinner now.
That will be the last meeting of this particular council. So with that, I formally close the October meeting. Thank you for your attendance.
26,
Do we have to move to come out of, do we have to move to come back into our meeting?
No,
No.
Okay.
no.